They told us this legendary Indonesian fishing spot was dead. One of our top club member came here and used the most expensive bait on the market. In the evening, he returned and saw there was absolutely nothing. But we don't give up that easily. We booked a speedboat, ditched the high-tech gear. So, where did our buddy go wrong? He trusted modern tracking bait. In these waters, big mistake. The local squids here are smart. They ignore artificial scents. To catch the giants, you have to go old school. We're using the classic Indonesian style, a weighted, glowing hand-line jig. No rod, just pure feel. Boom! Feel that tension? That's not a snag, that's pure muscle. Look at the color change. It's massive. Today, we drug up giant king squid. Stick around because we're showing you exactly how we clean this wild king. To get it ready for the grill, most people ruin fresh squid right here on the boat. Here's the hard-earned lesson. You have to clean it immediately while moving to keep the meat ice cold in the sea breeze. Here's my advice. First, slice down the mantle, keep it clean, avoid the ink sac. Look at how translucent that meat is. That is restaurant quality, right from the ocean floor. Now, here is the secret to perfect grilled squid. The prep work starts the second it hits the speedboat. If you leave the organs inside, the meat spoils under the sun. Watch this. We slice straight down the center line, being careful not to puncture the internal ink sac. We open it up like a book, pull out the clear cartilage quill, and gently separate the tentacles from the main mantle body. One hard pull and the guts are completely gone. Look at how thick that pure white meat is. That is pristine quality, completely unblemished and ready for the fire. Before this hits the grill, it needs to be blasted with cold salt water to tighten the muscle fibers. This makes the meat incredibly tender instead of rubbery. We pack them into heavy-duty plastic sleeves to keep them completely dry and protected from melting freshwater ice. So with the king squid safely locked in sub-zero storage, it's time to head to the island to prep our marinade and fire up the coals. But while we were moving, our deep-sea reel just started screaming out in the back of the boat. Something massive just took the bait. Hit that like button and let's get this grill fired up. This is not your regular seafood video. We captured wild king squid using an ancient Indonesian technique. So if you want to see how a wild squid turned into this massive culinary win, don't look away. You think you've seen large seafood before? This is a massive, wild king squid mantle. It's so thick, it looks more like a slab of pork belly than seafood. To get the perfect texture, every single irregular edge has to be trimmed down. If you leave these uneven pieces on, the squid won't cook evenly on the griddle, and you'll end up with rubbery spots. We want pure, tender perfection. Now, here is a secret most people get wrong. You have to strip the skin entirely using a cloth for grip. If you leave it on, it becomes incredibly tough when grilled. Look at that pristine, smooth, white flesh underneath. If you want to know how to keep a piece of meat this thick, completely juicy, you butterfly it. Slicing it cleanly through the middle doubles the surface area, letting our seasoning penetrate right to the core without making it tough. But what about the most flavorful part of the monster? The head requires a totally different level of precision. One wrong move here and you puncture the ink sac, ruining the clean flavor of the meat. Check this out. This is the squid's beak. It's sharp, incredibly hard, and completely inedible. We pluck it right out from the center of the tentacle base before moving forward. With the beak gone, we split the tentacles down the middle and portion the mantle. Keeping the cuts uniform ensures every single bite hits the heat at the exact same time. Ever wonder why street-style squid has those beautiful ridges? Scoring the meat doesn't just look spectacular, it keeps the giant squid from curling up into a ball the second it hits the hot steel. Look at that incredible flexibility. Now for the main event. Can a piece of seafood this massive actually stay tender on a searing hot griddle? Watch this closely. The secret here is constant pressure. We press it flat against the steel to lock in the moisture and get that perfect even sear. And when we flip it, boom! Look at that golden smoky crust forming. To cut through the rich sweetness of the wild squid, we're hitting it with a heavy dusting of our custom spice blend, loaded with crushed chili, toasted sesame, and secret aromatics that bloom instantly in the hot oil. Look at how those scores open up to catch every single grain of spice. We flip it one last time to toast the chili blend directly on the steel, turning this into an absolute flavor bomb. You won't believe how tender this turned out. Let's slice into the tentacles. Notice how easily the knife glides through? No rubbery texture here, just pure, juicy, succulent king squid. Wow! The perfect balance of smoky char, intense spice, and an incredibly tender bite. Ditching the modern bait and going old-school Indonesian style paid off completely. If you want to see our next wild ocean catch from scratch, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. See you on the next Fishy Wonderland adventure.